and welcome to Cooking with Ms Zuba. And today I'm going to show you how to make some fun desserts with pizza dough. That's right, pizza dough. Now if you never had dessert pizza, here's what you're going to learn to do is how to make dessert pizza, which is a lot of fun. You can use a whole large pizza, or you can make small individual pizzas, dessert pizzas. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make two small ones here, and I'm going to show you how to do it. And it's very, very simple. Okay, so I have two 4-ounce pieces of dough here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to stretch this one out. As you can see, you could do it that way, or you can hold it up and stretch it this way. And when you do it this way, actually gravity kind of helps you out a little bit. Okay? So what I did was I took a 1-pound bag of pizza dough, which you can get right from the grocery store. And I divided it up to make two 4-ounce balls here to stretch out and to turn into pizzas. Okay? So I'm going to take one and I'm going to put it on this pan, which I greased with butter. So I'm going to stretch out a second one. And we're going to put some toppings on here. There we go. And the toppings are going to be pretty easy too once I tell you what you can put on top of here and show you. And then you could have a delicious dessert pizza. There we go. They don't have to be perfect. They don't have to be perfectly round. If they're square, it's okay. If they're round, great. But it really doesn't matter. Okay, so one here, I got blueberries, okay? So all you need to do is when you're in the store getting your pizza dough, also go down the baking aisle and grab a can of those pie fillings. The blueberries, the cherry, the apples, and grab some of those, whatever your favorite ones are, and that's what you're going to use for your topping. So I'm going to take the blueberries and I am going to spread them over one of the pizzas. Do it, just get them all over. Try to get those blueberries everywhere. So you get a blueberry in every bite. Well, like I said, you could do a large one or a medium-sized one. If you take the dough and divide it in half, 8 ounces each, you could get two medium-sized one, or you could do just one large one. This is also a fun activity for kids where they can make their own pizza, dessert pizza, and they can put whatever topping on it they like. So, okay, this one's got the blueberries. And this one, I'm going to put apples. And these are apples that were cooked with some cinnamon and brown sugar. And I am just going to spread these out on all right, I'm going to get them on here. A little bit more. I want to make sure I have this covered with apples. Now, as you can see, I just kind of left like a all around, almost like a crust, like you would with a pizza. But if you want to bring it all the way to the end, you can. I'd just rather do it this way. Okay, so now here I have a crumb topping, and this is brown sugar, butter, and a little bit of flour. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on top of both of them. There we go. Okay. Okay, so now I'm going to put these in the oven for about 15 minutes. Then I'm going to check them to see if they need to stay in there any longer. So my oven is at 375, and I'm going to put these in for 15 minutes. As you can see, I have some of the dough, and what I did was I turned them into some balls. And what I did was each ball is about an ounce. It doesn't have to be exact, so when you cut this up, you can eyeball them all, but these are about an ounce each. Okay, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna roll them up, and I have some hot oil here, and I am just going to deep fry them right in the hot oil. And once I'm done with these, I'm going to take them out, and I'm going to let them, ooh, be careful, don't do that. I'm going to let them cool down once they are cooked. As you can see, they're just like nice little balls of dough. And once these are cooled down, and they're nice and brown first, and you take them out and they cool down, you can roll them in cinnamon and sugar, and you can eat them that way, or you can roll them in confectionery sugar and you can eat them that way. But I am going to do something extra. I'm going to fill them up. I'm going to fill them up with, some are going to have strawberry jam in them, and some of them are actually going to have Nutella in them. Who doesn't like Nutella? Okay, so my dough balls are all done over here, and they've cooled down a bit. So what I'm gonna do now is, you need to get something to poke a hole in it. You can use a skewer. This is a skewer, wooden skewer. So what I'm gonna do is poke a hole in it, find a good spot to poke a hole. Okay, just like that. And I'm gonna do that with all of them. So I'm able to fill them with whatever filling I choose to put in here. Again, you can use whatever jelly or jam. You might even want to try a cream, or if you make pudding, get some pudding, vanilla pudding, chocolate pudding, whatever you want to put in here. Don't be afraid to try different things and be creative, okay? So, all right, so now I have this nice handy dandy tube here that I just picked up at the grocery store, and I filled it with some strawberries. So when you use one of these, make sure you twist the end, because when you go to squeeze it, you don't want the jelly to squirt out to the other side, okay? So as you can see, I'm just gonna stick this right in the hole, and then I'm going to squeeze the jelly, and as I squeeze, I'm also slowly pulling it out, and there it is. Okay, so I'm going to fill a few more with the jelly, and then I'm going to make the others with the Nutella, and I'll show you those as well. Okay, so I got 4 with the jelly. And now I'm going to do the same thing with the Nutella. Again, make sure that's twisted. You don't want it oozing out. And here we go. With the Nutella, you might have to squeeze a little bit harder because it's not as loose as the jelly is. There we go. And there. One more after this, and then we're going to put some powdered sugar on them. Tighten this up. Okay, so now my dough balls are filled, and I'm going to sprinkle some confectionery sugar on them. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to plate them over here. And I'm going to put my strawberry ones here. And my Nutella ones over here. Oh, and here we are. And this is something that you can make at home. It's very easy with just a bag of pizza dough. Okay, so I took my two pizzas out of the oven, the blueberry one and the apple. As you can see, they look very delicious. Okay, so I'm going to cut them up. Now, when you make these and you make them individually, you can take the whole pizza for yourself and you don't need to cut them. But I'm going to cut these into fours because they're small. Okay. Just want to wipe my knife here and cut the apple one. Now, there's ways of serving these. You could just leave them on a cutting board or on a platter and let people take their own. Or you can plate them on a plate with some ice cream or some whipped cream. What I'm going to do is I have some confectionery sugar here. So I'm going to do one with just confectionery sugar. So you can see what it looks like. Let me do a blueberry one with confectionery sugar as well. But then you can serve it any way you like. And I also have some confectionery sugar that I just made into a glaze. So if you want to do a glaze on them, you can. So I'm going to show you, just kind of drizzle the glaze on it, just like that. Doesn't have to be any certain way. And have it this way. Okay, or you can leave them plain. So now you have an idea how you can serve these. If you wanted to put it on a plate, serve it with some vanilla ice cream. Caramel sauce with the apple pizza is so good. You might even want to try that. Or you can just serve it like this. So today I showed you two ways that you could take simple pizza dough and make desserts with them. Kids love this. So go ahead and give it a try and be creative. Use some different toppings, different fillings, and see what happens. So I hope you enjoy this, and we'll see you next time.